Hi guys, Jeremy here, and today I'm going to show you the complete client onboarding checklist for GoHighLevel. Onboarding can feel overwhelming if you don't have a good checklist, but I've got you covered. I'll take you through each step so that you get all of the important information from your clients and know exactly what they need to do to get started smoothly. But before we get started, let me give you a special offer. You see, normally if you go through GoHighLevel's website, you're going to get a 14-day free trial. However, with my link in the description below, you're going to get a 30-day free trial instead. And on top of that, as a big thank you, I'm also giving you access to my full course, GoHighLevel Jumpstart, which walks you through setting up and launching your business within those first 30 days. GoHighLevel offers many features and it's easy to get lost. So in my course, I highlight the most important aspects to focus on, helping you start making money using GoHighLevel in those initial 30 days. Additionally, you're going to receive my top-notch high-quality templates for free, including the Business Hub template for managing your business and the Finance Hub for tracking your finances, among others. Those are worth over $900, but you're going to get all of that for free as a thank you for using my affiliate link in the description. Simply click the first link to find all of the details about these offers and how to claim them. It's just my way of saying thank you for supporting the channel. Now let's dive in. The first step to onboarding a new client successfully is gathering all of the necessary information from them. These details are the foundation of how you'll set up their GoHighLevel account, and getting them early ensures there won't be any unnecessary delays. So first up, you need their legal and friendly business name. Now this might sound basic, but it can save a lot of confusion down the line. The legal name is what they'll use for contracts, tax purposes, and other official paperwork, while the friendly name might be the one that they use for customer-facing interactions. Having both makes it easier to create consistent branding across all platforms. Next, you need your client's first and last names. It's important to personalize your communication, and having the contact person's full name will help you do just that, especially if the business has multiple stakeholders. If you're working with clients in the US or Canada, you'll also need their EIN number. Now, this is required for A2P registration, which ensures that their text messages comply with carrier regulations. A2P registration is mandatory for using SMS campaigns, so getting this early is key to avoiding any interruptions in communication. You'll also want to get their business phone number, email address, and business address. Now, these will be used throughout the onboarding process, from setting up accounts to integrating communication channels. It's also essential for branding. You want all your outreach to be consistent and professional. Another critical piece of information is the client's time zone. Now, this might seem like a small detail, but it really matters when it comes to scheduling calls, sending campaigns, and setting appointment reminders. You don't want to accidentally send a marketing message to a client in the middle of the night. So, getting this information right from the start, you'll save yourself and your client a lot of frustration. Now let's talk about the things that your client needs to provide or do for you so you can get started easily. Now, this part of the process often requires some back and forth, so it's good to be clear and upfront about what you need. First, they need to share their website domain and provide admin access to their domain registrar account. If you're building landing pages or you're making changes to their website, you'll need this access to configure domains or subdomains properly. Now, it can sometimes take a while for clients to understand why you need this, so make sure to explain that it will save them a lot of technical headaches later. If you're managing their advertising campaigns, you also need admin access to their Facebook Business Manager. Now, this is especially important if you're running Facebook or Instagram ads for them. With admin access, you can set up ad campaigns, track performance, and make adjustments as needed without having to constantly request permissions. Similarly, if the client is running Google Ads, you'll need Google Ads Manager admin access. Now, this access allows you to optimize ad performance and manage budgets effectively. You want to make sure that you get this set up sooner rather than later so you're ready to act when the campaigns are good to go. For those managing social media, you'll also need the logins for their social media accounts. Now, this includes platforms like Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter, depending on where your client wants to build their presence. It's best if the client can create secure login credentials specifically for your use. Having direct access will make posting updates, monitoring engagement, and responding to comments much smoother. Another vital part of onboarding is getting a list of their previous customers in a CSV file. If you're planning on doing database reactivation or collecting reviews, this list is very important. It lets you quickly add value by reaching out to their existing customers and getting them involved again. The more detailed the list, the better, as it allows you to segment and target customers more effectively. If you're involved in website development or branding, you'll need the client to send you resources like logos, images, graphics, and any relevant copy. Having these assets up front will help you maintain a consistent brand image across all the content that you create. Waiting on these assets can really slow down a project, so make it a point to get everything right at the beginning. Next, ask them for their calendar availability. This is very important if you're setting up a scheduling system within GoHighLevel. You want to ensure the calendar reflects the real availability, whether it's for meetings, consultations, or service appointments. Getting this info early will help you create a smooth booking experience for their customers. Lastly, if the client has multiple employees who need access to the platform, ask them to send you all of the employees' email addresses. This will help you set up their GoHighLevel access correctly, so everyone on the team can stay in the loop from day one. All right, so you just landed a client for your agency and collected payment from them. Now, what's next? It's time to create their sub-account in GoHighLevel to get everything set up properly. So go ahead and set up the sub-account for your client. If you're not familiar with the process, there's a full video tutorial linked in the description to guide you through setting up a sub-account. Now, once the sub-account is created, you need to make sure that they have access to it. By default, it won't be active, so you'll have to activate it. And if you're on the $297 plan with GoHighLevel, you'll need to manually create the sub-account by clicking Create Sub-Account and going through the setup process. If you're on the $297 plan, you can still grant your clients access, but it takes a few more steps. Go to the settings, click My Staff, and add them as a staff member or employee. To do this, click on the Add Employee button at the top right side. Next, you'll need to input all of their credentials like the first name, last name, email, and phone number. Also, make sure that they have the right permissions based on what you promised them. Set their user role to admin of the sub-account. And since you're the agency admin, you'll also be an admin, but your client should have full access to manage their sub-account as well. Once you save all that information, GoHighLevel will automatically send them an email with their login details. And once you have set up the client's sub-account and provided them access, the next step is to build their business profile. To do this, go to the settings of the sub-account and then select Business Profile. The first step is to provide the general information about the client. Add their business logo, and enter their business name. You'll need both their friendly business name, what people commonly call them, and their legal business name, which might include an LLC. Enter the business address, city, country, niche, state, zip code, phone number, and website if they already have one. Now, if they don't have a published website, you can just put their domain name here if they've already bought one. Lastly, select your client business niche. Now, once you've provided all this detail, make sure to hit Update Information to save all of the changes. Next up, scroll down to the business information to provide information related to your client's business. Enter your client's business type, business industry, business registration ID type, business registration number, and choose the business region of operation from the given options. Now, once you provide all of this information, hit the Update Information button again to save all of the changes. Furthermore, scroll down to Call and Voicemail Settings, Business Physical Address, Authorized Representative, General, and Contact Deduplication Preferences section and set them up according to your client's needs. So make sure to set up all the information you have provided before leaving the business profile. Complete the A2P registration. The next thing that you need to do for your client is to complete the A2P registration. Now, this step is super important, especially if you're working with clients in the US or Canada. A2P registration is a requirement that ensures each client has a registered phone number for their business. Essentially, you need to gather some information from your client to fill out an official form that gets reviewed by the authorities in the US and Canada. So, how to set up your A2P registration? First, click on the phone numbers in the left menu of your subaccount. Then, click on the Trust Center section, and once you're there, click on the Start Registering button to get started. Now, you'll need to go through sections like Profile Needs, Business Details, Business Address, and Contact Information. So, go through each section and set up A2P registration for your client. Make sure all the details match exactly as they appear in your client's business documentation, as any discrepancies can lead to delays or rejection. Also, it's important to have accurate information regarding the business address and contact details. Double check all of the fields before submitting to avoid any errors. Additionally, remind your client that this process can take some time depending on the review period by the authorities. So, setting proper expectations is important. Once the A2P campaign is approved, the next thing that you need to do is buy a phone number for your client. Each number costs around $1 to $2 a month, and you can set this up through the Manage Numbers section. Click on the Add Number and then select the Add Phone Number option. Now you have all of the available numbers here. If you click on the Filters option, you can select either a local or toll-free number depending on what your client prefers. If your client needs to send text messages quickly, a toll-free number might be the way to go because the approval process for toll-free numbers is much faster compared to local numbers. You can usually get them up and running within a day or two. However, most clients prefer a local number because it helps them connect better with their audience. Local numbers often feel more personal and relatable to recipients. When you're selecting a number, you can filter by area code and you can look for something easy to remember. If you can't find a suitable number on the first try, don't worry, you can always come back later and try again. Sometimes the availability changes, so persistence pays off here. Take your time to explore options and ensure the selected number aligns with your client's branding and communication goals. Next, you need to connect your client's domain. If your client already has a domain, you'll need access to wherever they purchased it. For example, GoDaddy, Google Domains, or Namecheap. One of the easiest ways to get access without compromising security is to use delegate access. Most domain providers like GoDaddy allow your clients to give you temporary access to their accounts for a set period, usually 48 to 72 hours. This way, you can log in, manage their DNS settings, and hook up the domain to GoHighLevel without needing their username and password. You can either guide your clients through this process over a quick call, or you can send them step-by-step instructions. Remember, setting up the domain is crucial for linking their website, emails, and other digital assets, so it's essential to get this step right. If you're building a website for your client, you'll also need a few things from them. For example, you'll need their logo, some images, and any specific content that they want on the site. I always tell my clients that the website building process takes about 15 days, and during that time, there will be back and forth communication to make sure that everything is as they want it. Another service that you might offer to your clients is setting up and running Facebook and Instagram ads. To do this, you'll need access to their Facebook business profile. Ask your client to go to business.facebook.com and find the settings option. From there, they can invite you to join the Meta Business Manager. First, you'll need to send them a friend request on Facebook, and once they accept it, they can type in your email and assign you the necessary access, allowing you to manage their ad campaigns on their behalf. Now, this method keeps everything secure and means that you won't need their Facebook username and password. If you also plan to run Google Ads for your client, you'll need access to their Google Ads Manager. To do this, ask your client to go to ads.google.com and open the admin settings. Here, they can add you under Access and Security by entering your email address. Now, this setup allows you to manage their ads without needing their actual account credentials. I find it really helpful to go through these steps together during the onboarding call so everything is set up right away and you don't need to worry about getting usernames and passwords later. Inside your client's sub-account under the Settings and Integrations tab, there are a few more things that may need to be connected. Not every client will need these, but depending on what you're offering, they may want to connect their Google profile, Facebook, Instagram, QuickBooks, or other native integrations. Walk through these steps with them to make sure that everything is properly set up. Another important task is to import their existing contacts if you're offering database reactivation or Google Reviews reactivation. If your client wants to reactivate old customers or gather more Google reviews, they'll need to provide you with a CSV file containing names, emails, and phone numbers of their previous customers. You can import these contacts into GoHighLevel and start campaigns to engage with these leads again, helping your client generate more revenue and boost their online reputation. Now, when setting up a calendar for your client, you'll need to know their availability to make sure that clients can only book during times when they're actually free. So go to the calendar settings in their sub-account, select the calendar that you created, and then edit their availability. Be sure to discuss this with your client to ensure accuracy. Additionally, under the Mobile App tab, your clients can access GoHighLevel from their phones. Now, this makes it really easy for them to use the software without needing to log in from a computer each time. Make sure they have the mobile app link and they know how to use it. This will also make it easier for their team members to stay connected, manage appointments, and respond to customer messages on the go. Another important thing to mention is that when you create a sub-account for a client, your agency email will automatically be set as the default sending email. However, it's much better for your client to have their own email sending domain. Now, this not only looks more professional, but it also aligns with their brand and it helps with their credibility. Here's how to set it up. So go to the settings section and then click on Email Service from the settings menu. Once you're on the email services page, click the SMTP service and then select dedicated domains and IP. Now, this will bring you to the dedicated domain page where you need to click Add Domain. To proceed, you'll need access to your client's domain registrar, and this could be GoDaddy, Google Domains, or any other provider. You'll have to add DNS records, which include MX, TXT, CNAME, and DMARC records. Now, these records are essential as they help verify that the domain is authorized to send emails. It's important to enter these records accurately to ensure everything is correctly verified. Now, once everything is set up, your client's emails will be sent from their own domain, greatly improving the deliverability rate. If your client wants to change the email display name, they can mask the sending domain name with something like info@clientdomain.com to give it a more personalized touch. Now, this setup is especially helpful if your client plans to send a high volume of emails, as it ensures their emails negatively impact your agency's email deliverability. Lastly, I want to share a quick tip that I think will make onboarding and closing clients a whole lot easier. Now, this is something that has worked really well for me, and I believe it can work really well for you too. When I charge a setup fee, I like to break it down into two parts. So one half is paid at the start and the other half is due once everything is set up and ready to go. So let me explain how this works with an example. Say I'm charging $1,600 for a setup fee. Instead of asking the client to pay the full $1,600 right away, I ask them for $800 up front on day one. Now, this is the initial commitment. Then, after their website and accounts are fully set up, which is usually done within about 14 days, I collect the remaining $800. On that same day, I also start billing the monthly subscription fee, which is typically $197 a month. So by the time everything is ready and the client is happy, we move smoothly into the ongoing subscription. Now, this strategy has a lot of benefits, especially for small businesses. It makes it less intimidating for them to get started because they don't have to shell out the full amount right away. It eases the financial burden and they feel more comfortable committing since they're paying in smaller parts. Plus, it also helps you as a service provider build trust. The client doesn't have to pay the second half of the setup fee until they're genuinely satisfied with what they're seeing. And that, my friends, is the complete onboarding checklist for GoHighLevel. Getting your clients set up properly from day one makes a huge difference in the long run. By the way, if you're interested in getting started with GoHighLevel, but you don't have an account yet, there is a link in the description below. You can use it to sign up for a brand new GoHighLevel account. And if you use my link, you're going to get a 30-day free trial instead of the usual 14 days. Plus, you're going to get free access to my GoHighLevel Jumpstart course to help you set up and launch your business within those first 30 days. You'll receive premium Notion templates worth over $900, including the Business Hub template and the Finance Hub templates, all for free. Now, just click the link in the description to claim these bonuses and get started. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more in-depth GoHighLevel tutorials. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or if there are specific features that you want me to cover in future videos. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.